I'm Norris. Welcome to Black Ball Podcast. These are my co-hosts, JP and Corey. Today is going to be sponsored by Sandana Paintball. Hence, we're all in our Sandana shirts. And the episode's going called Can't Get Right. So I'm just going to let my boys kick this one off.
Corey,
Let's go ahead and kick it off. How we didn't almost even make this podcast today. Start all we can get right.
Corey,
Yeah,
tell us why we can't get right, Corey.
That's it. Yeah.
Listen,
Let's talk.
y'all don't need me anyway. I don't do nothing with this chat.
So we have a co-host who's salty. He got defensive today. Someone pointed out maybe he doesn't bring as much to the table. I disagree.
No one pointed that out. No one pointed that out. No one said that. This man came up with it in his head. Granted, he may have read the cards on the table and saw who was dealing the cards, and thought that he wasn't doing enough. That's on him. I think it's a personality
Just
thing.
saying.
Corey brings a
This
personality.
is supposed to be our therapy session in a safe place. Like you should be able to feel vulnerable here with us. You know what I'm talking about? His grandfather passed away yesterday, so much prayers and love to his family. My mom was put in the hospital today, but she was. So we just kicking it, we vibing, we talking about all the times we got together with all these teams, and it just didn't go our way. And it's perfect that this episode started off by almost not happening.
Yeah.
Wouldn't have it any other way.
So JP wants to start off with how we all met. I feel like they should kick this one off because they were in the. Granted, I started paintball in 2004, but I quit in like 2005. Didn't come back to 2014. These boys were already together. So we'll start with them.
Corey, do you want it or do you want me to take it?
Go ahead, man. Yeah, I think I kicked off the last one, so you can go ahead.
Yeah, that's fair. So me and Corey know each other, have known each other since 2007.
2007, 2008, yeah.
I always remember it was before Obama.
I was a freshman in high school.
Before Obama's crazy.
Yeah,
that's what we time stamping shit by a fucking black president. The fucking and you wonder why we got Jewish jokes.
Hell
no.
Let me break it down for you. Because we did.
This is why we can't get right here.
Oh my god.
We did.
We time stamping shit by my black president.
Calm down. My last year in middle school is when I met Corey, and I remember we did a.
Damn.
Yeah, we did an election in the school. We all went and casted our ballot. We did it in the school.
You can't even vote when you're. Oh, it's a fake vote.
It was a thing. Yeah, it was a
vote.
thing for the school, but we all did it, and that's why I remember.
And he never won, even in your school.
He won in our school.
He what?
Yeah.
In the South?
Bro, it's Carolina Forest. It's New Jersey. What do you mean?
Hey.
Also, we
Yeah, this ain't Conway.
We also kind of became friends, out of almost force.
Yeah.
Because me and you met, and was like, "Yo, my brother hangs out with your brother," and he was like, "Yeah." And then
our brothers aren't even friends anymore.
They're not friends anymore. We ended
anymore. I don't know if I would ever consider them friends. They just lived in the same block and
hung out a couple times.
I don't even remember if it was Brandon or Colton.
I think it was Brandon, but I'm not 100% sure.
And then I came over one day, and it was you may have been playing skate or UFC or some shit, and it was like, yo,
something like that.
And it just kind of worked out, but we lived in the same neighborhood for years, and played basketball, sports, everything, and then
may or may not, I'm not gonna convict myself. Or I'm not gonna say anything. We may or may not have paintballs in people's houses, but there's
a story
of
two kids in the farm paintballing some houses. Was
it
in
high
us?
school?
I don't know. Check the court records, because the court
Couldn't
records would say no. Well,
dismissed.
Yeah, dismissed. That's a good way to put it.
Dismissed.
No, we weren't talking about how y'all became friends. We were talking about where y'all were at and how you
we're telling you the background.
Yeah, it's
telling you the background.
Listen, we got plenty of time. We correct me if I'm wrong here. Hunter's friend.
You're wrong.
Hunter's friend Seth played paintball at Adventure Beach for a birthday one time. Everyone starts playing paintball because of a fucking birthday party, right?
Not this guy.
It feels like everyone starts with a birthday party.
So I know how we got into paintball. I drug y'all into paintball because Adam, Ashley's husband, brought me to paintball one day, and we only played woods ball, but I got lit up and had the time of my life.
Was this at
pouring
Adventure
down
Beach?
rain? No, I believe it was at Greensboro.
Okay, so let's talk about this. So you had the time of your life getting lit up and pouring down rain, but you won't play in the rain now, and you hate getting.
Yeah, fuck that.
No, I will play in the rain. I've always said I enjoy playing in the rain. It's just a pain in the ass. I don't like playing in the heat.
I feel like anything that I enjoy is not a pain in the ass.
I would rather play in the rain than the heat. Yeah. I can't stand playing in the heat.
Especially Carolina heat.
I got lit up. I come back and I buy my own Titman Griffin. I'm like, yo, I bring it over to you and Anthony.
2012.
Like, yeah,
no.
I bring
this is like 2010.
Okay.
Our first tournament. First tournament was 11 or 12.
Yeah, I think it was 2012.
Yeah.
But I bring it back to you and I'm like, yo, we got to get into paintball. I'm like, this was fun. And y'all go and buy y'all's own speedball markers. I'm the only one left with a Titman at this point.
No. I started with I had that wrap the Alpha Force. That wrap for M16 looking motherfucker. The
Anthony went and bought the speedball gun because he bought the Matrix.
Straight to a PMR 7, I think it was.
Yeah.
From Dick's
So that's how we started with paintball, and I'll let you take it from there.
We that was the first, and then God, I think before me and Anthony bought our guns, I had that blue Piranha that we got loaned to us and went and played over in the farm on the what would be considered now like a mounds course.
Yeah.
And I think we played like some one-on-ones there. And I
remember
at night just sitting this kid down like an actual child at the time. Like I'm a kid, but this was a child. And just holding them down, and everyone's yelling at me, "Stop! Stop!" Bro, listen. Immediately from then, we started like, all right, what's the closest to us? And it happened to be Adventure Beach. So we went up and played probably some scenario games, some woods ball, and
eventually Kevin talked us into playing speedball.
Yeah.
And for anybody who doesn't know, Kevin was the owner of Adventure Beach Paintball, and this dude was a complete psychopath.
Complete psycho. Crazy.
So we bashing people off rip.
Absolutely.
So we can't even tell our backstory without bashing people. Got it.
That's the point. Listen, you asked for our story. This is our story.
Okay, your story.
May or may not have got with his wife.
Hey,
we don't know.
I did not touch that dude's wife. Look, now you starting rumors on here. That's crazy.
Man said, I did not have sexual relations with that woman. All right,
100%.
For George Ocean 3.5.
Yeah, you just got that 3.5. You paid for it, probably.
100% I paid for it.
Yeah, you paid for it. I just don't know if it was cash.
Right.
Oh my god.
I just don't know if it was. Right. Listen, regardless.
So let's skip to 2014. Here I come in. I have a Ego 11.
This is our game.
Yeah.
This is our game.
This is our game. So we'll skip to 2014 for you.
No. We can't skip, bro. We're going to skip over 2 years of tournaments for us.
No, because I'm going to say I was going to let you know.
2 years of domination.
2014. I was going to say 2014. We're Carolina Threat. We're coming off of winning like 4 in a row, CFOA 3-mans. Yep. We thought we were hot shit back then.
D6 and D5.
And then we decided to make our own 5-man team. We don't do that great.
You're skipping too far. You're skipping too far because I enter in this story before your 5-man.
No, you don't.
No.
What?
So we don't do great in our first 5-man. And half our team quits because
where was our first
Rock Hill.
Okay.
Rock Hill. Don't do great in our first 5-man. Half our team quits because we basically didn't give them playing time, but we were fighting to get into top 8, so it was like we're gonna play the best 5, which here we are 10 years later and people still don't understand that. Anyway.
More than 10 years later. More than 10 years later.
Anyway. Fast forward a couple months later, Somerville's rolling around, and we only have 4. It's just me, JP, Matt, Wilson.
Oh, hey, before you get in this drama, you guys see how I come in, because we're going to roast JP in just a minute.
We're getting there. And then Anthony.
Yep.
So we're like, we want to play this event, but we ain't got a 5th. And here comes our boy, rolling up. And that motocross helmet.
Yeah.
With a chest protector, JT race pants and jersey on, and we're like, man, we might have a winner here. We might have a winner here.
Hey, chat, it's never happened.
It absolutely happened.
JT racing jersey and pants with no chest protector.
Pulled up with the motocross helmet and everything. He think he was gonna play with it.
In my mind, on my version of the story, so we played before we even get to Somerville. We play a couple 3-mans. I think I took maybe 2nd or 3rd. I did not beat them in a 3-man. My team was always a throw together team. It was called the Ninjas, which now I'm starting to see, like, why did I let them call me the Ninjas? Like, that kind of could be shaky too. But
a little bit.
Hey, depends on how you say the name. Could be a little sketch.
And then Somerville rolls around. These dudes, I'm thinking like, oh shit, like they're vibing with me and they think I could be one of them. They asked me to play Somerville. Lo and behold, chat, I just find this out 3 days ago. Like, we've been friends for a while. I already know that me and JP started off Rocky, and we didn't get linked to maybe like 22. We'll get on that.
Yeah.
Well, after Somerville, we placed top 8. We end up losing to absolute chaos in top 8.
Hold on. We're supposed to be talking about how the conversation went to add me before Somerville. You can't talk about the results of Somerville. You can't talk about the results before we get there.
So calm
down.
Corey,
calm down.
Let him cook.
Calm down. So I find out that Corey and Anthony, they call him Vinny, they want me because they're having a problem with other people being able to pay their way and having issues.
This conversation happened after the Somerville event.
No, because I played Somerville with you.
I understand, but this conversation happened after Somerville. We knew we were taking...
How can it happen after y'all talking about adding me to the roster?
Because we had to add you to the roster for 5 people. No. We had no choice.
This conversation, okay, no. Even before we even went to Somerville, this conversation happened because JP didn't want to take me. That's what you told me.
That might have happened, but
exactly.
this conversation that I told you happened specifically after the Somerville event, like directly after.
I feel like I need to clear this because I have no memory of this. But go ahead.
Bullshit. JP says no chance. I don't want him at all. Okay, you know what, Corey? You tell it. It's your story.
So, top 8 happens. Norris comes with us to Somerville, plays with us. We do all right. I mean, there's like 20 teams. We take top 8. Lose to Absolute Chaos, who Norris eventually ends up going to play for with Danny Kimball, Josh Kimball, all them boys. So, we go, Norris does his own thing like he usually does, gets in his truck, goes home. Me, JP, and I believe Matt Wilson all go to Logan's Roadhouse directly after.
One of two options: Logan's or Pizza Hut.
Yeah,
absolutely.
Yeah, so we're sitting there talking, and we're like, "Yo, we want to continue playing, but like, do we want to add Norris to the roster?" And JP's like, "Absolutely not. Absolutely not." He's like, "No way, shape, or form do I want Norris on the roster." And I was like, I don't see why not. I mean, he didn't play terrible, and JP was like, I think he played awful.
See, I
was like, okay.
I think now, Norris, there's
I don't care. It don't bother me.
There's a 30%.
2014 was my worst.
40% chance that Corey's making this up because I don't remember any of this, and I got a crazy memory.
Anthony was like, I think we should have him because he has money to pay. The man forked out money immediately the second that we asked him to play with us. So I think we should have him on the roster. Ended up not mattering because that was literally our last event as Carolina Threat. So lo and behold, we ended up never even adding Norris to the roster because we never played another event. But that was a discussion that JP originally didn't care for you to even have you on the line, and Anthony only wanted you on really because you could pay the bill.
I think this story needs to be corroborated by Anthony himself.
Well, he'll never answer the phone. We all know that. But
yeah,
let's just go forward with let's expand on this. That JP still isn't a fan of me until I say 23. Corey's saying 22. I'm kind of off on the year, but just know it's
21.
It's always been on my bucket list to go to a professional basketball game. How I even find out that JP's not a fan of me is later after this event's over and done, because I assume it's World Cup because we're definitely in Florida.
Yep,
I assume it's World Cup. I found out they went to an Orlando Magic game. I asked, why didn't you ask me to go? JP didn't want you to go. I was like, what? He's like, JP's cool with you now, but JP's not really a fan.
Listen, I guess Corey really is mad at me from this because all of this is bullshit. I didn't know until now. All of this is bullshit because that never once fucking happened.
That's not true. Because going to World Cup, that's not true. Because I said going to World Cup. You were like, is Norris going to be there? And I was like, yeah, he's going to be there. I was like, we're playing together. And you said, I'm just going to be honest. I want to be around Norris as little as possible. And I was like, okay, that's fine. I'm cool with it. Because that was after he sold you those fake-ass AirPods. And you was like,
that
I
was
don't
pretty
fuck with
shitty.
him.
The fake-ass AirPods, that was pretty shitty.
They gave your money back. I didn't know they were fake.
You didn't fuck with him after that. So you said that you did not want to hang out with him as little as possible.
I might have said that, but I never once said, oh, no, Norris can't come to the basketball game.
Everybody's being a little shitty here over these AirPods. These AirPods were given
You said
to me.
you didn't want to hang out with him as little as possible. So I was like, cool. So anyway, after that event, though, JP starts fucking with you.
Help me, chat.
I think on the way back, JP was like, maybe he has changed a little bit. He was like, he wasn't yelling or screaming in the pits like he usually is. He was like, I'm going to give him a second chance.
That's me giving my fucking... I give flowers when they're fucking deserved. And you earned them after that event.
I remember 21.
2021 is the one that we took 4th place for D3 5-man.
Now, let's also put this up, chat. Norris was trash in 2014. I just came back to paintball. Granted, I only played one event ever in my life before then, and that was in 2004. So I don't have any fundamentals. I don't have a strong foundation. I don't have good tactics, right? My biggest growth years are in 2015, definitely 2016, because that's when I link up with Jared Lackey and like we become friends, but it started off as a business venture first. I was legit paying Jared and money and guns to train me. And so like that's when I got my fundamentals down, got my field awareness down, and started growing. That's when I was winning EPLs and stuff like that. And then in late 2016, 2017, I'm with Absolute Chaos. Let me start doing work in the MSXL region, right? So let's just say by 2021, I am not the shittiest person in this triangle, right? We could say in 2014, absolutely. 2021, no chance. So they can keep breaking my heart. I just want to
listen. My shit talking is purely from the fake AirPods.
Not really, because you didn't really fuck with me before then, like that. Like, and they already kind of knew that. No, I just didn't know how strong it was. And then I think that fake AirPods just made you more boisterous about it.
I think he was riding with you when you coached us to second place series title or second place in the series.
No.
I don't think he was fucking with you after you sold him the fake ass AirPods, which was after that.
I remember.
So when did we win the second place series in CPXL?
2020.
What year was that? 2020. So that's crazy because I thought, and this is why it was so shocking learning this, because I thought ever since I defended him at the end of that season, where everyone on his line, granted, I was a coach for a couple events. I'm not have anything vested in this line, right? They're trying to fuck JP over. JP, they're using all the money in their winnings to go forward to World Cup. He wants his portion back.
World Cup. Yeah.
Everyone wants to say, no, fuck that, it's team money. And I defend this dude and guilt them in to give him his money back. See? Call it how you see it.
Have I not respected you since?
No, you didn't like me in 2021. That's a year later, bro. That's a year later.
No.
We just discussed the time frame. You can't lie about it now. So it's literally from November to November. A year later, you don't fuck with me.
It took 4.
Yeah, I think the AirPod thing happened after November, but
I think it did, and maybe
what I'm saying is November 2020.
Yep. good terms.
I thought he fucked with me.
We were on good terms. We were.
November 2021, he wasn't fucking with me before then, right? Because he wanted to be a little as possible.
And what happened right in the middle? Sold me some fake ass AirPods right in the middle.
Okay, did I refund you?
I remember I had to fight for that shit.
No, you didn't. I literally said.
And it's funny enough because here's how much here's how much I remember about this. I remember you told me, "Nah, bro, they real." I went with my girl to the Apple store to get them. I'm like, bro, these shits are fake as fuck. What are you talking about?
I 100% remember this story.
No, I didn't say that. I said I called her up and she said she got them from. I don't even know if I said Apple store. I might have said Apple, but then come to find out, she bought them off Amazon, and I know I told you that. And I said she filed a complaint with them, and she read up an article, and there was fake ones getting sold on Amazon as real AirPods, and I absolutely will refund you.
I did get my money back.
I literally threw them shits in the trash.
Yeah.
Jesus.
That's the past, big bro. I hated you for.
The past?
I hated you. Absolutely. Listen, love you,
bro. You brought it up.
Yeah, you brought it up.
So.
Listen, if you buy headbands or earplugs,
speaking of that,
or straps or anything from Norris, just know now that shit's real for sure.
100%.
Back then,
yeah,
you might be getting some sandana that's made out of like paper, like not even thick shit. You might have to knock off sandana.
I never sold fake sandana.
Fandana.
Today,
yeah. He said, "Check out this sandana. Check out this sandana I got. Sandana with an E."
Sandana.
Listen, we're sponsored by Sandana, and we're all rocking some of our favorite headgear to show love. Except this clown.
First ever sandana.
This is the Hydra Fit sandana worn by Chavez. Shout out to him. He wore it. I needed it off his head. Okay. I helped him design a 3-headed snake.
I can find it. Got the blue tag or the teal tag on this one. Norris made sure I got a nice little tag on this one. Shout out my boy Norris.
One of the other sandanas that were named after me, the Noriega. So all y'all that don't know, the Nori headband and sandana is me, named after me. Oh, you know.
About that.
Anyway.
About that.
So don't burn them.
Red tag 1 and 2. No big deal. It is what it is.
I don't know if I don't think I hooked him up with that purple.
No, I got that.
Nah.
Mark hooked me up with that.
Where do you get the Noriega from?
Yeah.
This one? The snake? From Mark?
No, the black, gold, and red one.
What? This is a snake, bro.
The other one that's in your truck.
You talk about something that's not even on this. You see that anywhere around here? You see that anywhere around here? You see that anywhere around here? You just like causing problems. This is why we can't get right, because this motherfucker don't know how to let shit go.
Just saying, it wasn't my gear bag, and it was not. I don't know what happened to it. Crazy.
You're here today, gone tomorrow is what they say, right?
Hey.
That's how money goes. Listen,
that's gear on the ground. That's
all right. So back to the topic. Topic is can't get right. So now we go to it's 2021. These boys are on Mayhem. It falls apart. Then it's not Mayhem.
Let's not skip Mayhem. No. Yeah,
2020.
Because the first time
Fusion's after. Yeah, so it is Mayhem. So it's Mayhem first. And we talked about it. We took second in the series. So, okay, let's start off at Mayhem. So they already played one event, right? It's a 5-event series. It's a 5-event series. They played the first and second event. The first event they won, right? Didn't you win the first event?
No, took third place.
Took third place at the first event. And the second event, you
This is in 2020.
Right?
We took fifth. They only took top 4 for that event, so we missed the top cut for that one.
Which one is this for?
All right.
That one was for...
Because I've got a third place for Mayhem at Fayetteville.
I don't remember. Yeah, and then we took 5th at, what is that?
It was 6th at Jacksonville.
Jacksonville, that's what it was.
So you took a third and a 6th. Yep. So you took a third and a 6th. And so you're like 6th place, I think, in the series at the time.
Yep. And then we
somewhere
bring
around
you
there.
on.
Corey says, we need a coach. He talks to me into coaching this. I was like, fuck it. Yeah, I'll do it. He's like, hey, a heads up. They don't play me. And they don't play so-and-so, so-and-so, and so-and-so. He's like, JP doesn't get much playing time. He said, Vinny gets some playing time. and I forgot who else he said. And then he goes like, Hondo gets all the playing time because he thinks he's the best, and he's like kind of like part owner. I was like, okay, cool. I said, just know that, and he can attest this. I said, I don't really care who's best, but whoever's best is going to get the playing time. Like everyone's got a clean slate when I see all that practice. And I've always been like that. I don't care what team I go coach for. When I come to the table, it's that time for the shittiest person on the team to shine. Like, you literally can go from last place to first in my eyes because, like, I'm taking you for what I see then. So if you turn up, you turn up. And everyone has their own map or layout that they're good at, right? So we get to practice. I see Corey and JP kind of listen to feedback, and they respond to it. If I tell them to correct some things, they correct it right away. Their snake side is kind of rocky. I think that's when Trenton was on it, right?
Yep.
And Trenton, I see, is fast. Trenton's fast, but
because we just lost. We had just lost Anthony because he had just moved back to Connecticut at that point.
Yep. Okay, all right. So Trenton's there. He's super fast, but he doesn't stay on his gun. He doesn't look on the right side of the bunker. He doesn't control his zone.
Penalties.
The whole nine.
Penalties out the ass.
Well,
penalties.
There's no penalties at this point because I'm at practice, right? I don't know.
No, I'm just saying that's how he plays. Like, you're talking about his bad attributes. Penalties was one that was a downfall.
We kind of see Hondo, Rufus, and Micah all fighting for a home position. And I'm like, there's only one home. And it's like, and in my mind, before I even see their behaviors, I'm like, why are we fighting the biggest dude out of you three for the home spot? There's nowhere else he can play. So if you want him to play, he's either got to be the number one at home or the backup at home. Like, where else can he go?
Right.
Like, and not to knock on big people, but he ain't fucking right. He ain't getting a snake, and he ain't running his ass to the corner. And that's his words, not mine. You know what I'm saying? His words, not mine. I'm not resisting. Yeah. So it's just a lot of that. So we go to Greensboro. I see what I see at practice, but I give everyone a shot to get on the layout and show me what they can do very first match, because I'm a firm believer that not everybody plays up to their complete skill at practice, right? They're trying to learn. They got a lot of things on their mind. They're not locked in like it's a game. So I see everybody's habits. I kind of pick my starting five. I don't even remember who my starting five is, but I know Corey's in it because like that's already why me and Hondo aren't vibing.
Corey,
right? I sit him.
Tell me if my starting five here is correct. I think it was.
Yeah, because I think I remember
Micah,
who it was.
I think it was Micah at home. Me D side, Austin D side, you Snake, and Trenton Snake. I think that was the five.
I started on the Dorito. Me and you started on the Dorito side,
and then you filled in Snake.
Then
you got moved over.
Rufus started at home first. Micah was second at home, and Richie and Trenton were in the Snake.
Okay. Close.
I don't even know who I would put in the Snake. Anyway, so we go on.
Out of that star-studded cast.
Yeah. I noticed that people that are closing it are kind of like JP, Corey, and maybe
Austin.
I would say Austin.
Yeah.
Yeah. Because Austin's always had that weird.
Austin was a weird killer.
At one point, he looked like a D2 fucking killer, and the next point, he looked like he just picked up a paintball gun for the first time ever in his life. It was really weird. It was very high and lows for him, hot and cold, one point to the next. But
valleys and mountains.
There was times, right. Now he's big and got a couple kids, but he used to run down the side, just like blow 2 or 3 people out and just open the point up and y'all would close it. Then we kind of got into some situations, and I don't remember the score in the prelims, but we got into some situations where we had to have fast point. Oh, no.
We started 4-0 with prelims.
And that was back in Myrtle Beach, so we did not have to win any fast points.
We started 4-0 at Greensboro. Yep.
Yeah, so Greensboro just kind of went our way. My tactics worked, and it kind of just went our way. And then we took third there, though. I don't think we won.
We took.
Yeah, no, we lost to, I think it was NRG's divisional team.
Yeah, which I knew that they'd be doing.
Yeah.
So what did we take, JP?
Third.
Second or third? Okay, so we took third there, which isn't bad. My first event with them took third, so that bumps us up to like fourth in the series or some shit like that. And I'm like, oh, okay, we can go ahead and win this. But there was a team that was just winning nonstop, and it was going to be a close race. So then we have, so we have 2 more events, and I don't even remember. I know the last event's Myrtle Beach, but I don't know the event in between that. I don't remember coaching.
So
there wasn't one.
No, we went from Greensboro straight to.
There was only
Myrtle
4
Beach.
at CPXL at that point.
Yeah.
Oh, okay. So okay, there wasn't 5 events. There was 4, and so I'm still thinking we got a shot. So maybe we moved up. I think we were in 4.
I think we were in third.
Third brought us up. I don't think we were third. I think we were 4th or 5th.
Right. Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
Yeah.
But we weren't that far behind
in the season.
Points. I was like, I told them, I said, hey, if this team does bad, and I can't remember what it was, what they were called. I said, if this team does bad and we win, yes, it was Tantrum. If they do not good and we win, I think we got it. They ended up taking like 3rd and still winning 1st overall.
No, they took 8. If they would have took 9th, we would have finished in 1st.
Oh, okay. They took 8th, and we won the event at home, which was good. But what's weird about this and why we can't get this right is, so I come into this camp, I get them a 3rd, I get them a 1st, I get them 2nd overall in the series, I get them money to go to Cup, right? And then they fire me. They say I am too harsh, which, believe it or not, chat, like, that is not the end of that story for me. I hear that a lot more, even this year, right? I have been let go from 2 different lines this year for
being harsh,
not putting on baby gloves, right? I'm not. Granted, back then in 2021, I definitely was cussing and yelling. I definitely lose my shit. I definitely would throw shit down.
I definitely broke a table in Myrtle Beach.
I don't remember breaking no table. That wasn't me.
You broke the table.
Whatever.
Okay, because you sat on it real quick and bit that motherfucker in half.
Okay, so see, that's okay. Give the fucking backstory.
So
it sounds like I just smashed on that shit.
You did. You.
No, you said I sat on it quick.
Oh, you sat on it hard.
Yeah, but that's not smashing it. You know what I'm saying?
It was out of anger.
You threw yourself back like you was my son.
Down. All right. You were mad.
But those are 2 different looks. But anyway.
Yeah, it's all good.
So
we take 3rd. We take 1st.
Right.
2nd of the season.
Cuss
get fired.
Now I don't really yell loud, but I am like harsh, and I am. But I'm more open, right? I know how to give feedback in a more productive way, and I kind of slow down my delivery, and I try to be very transparent. But still, some people, it's not ready for that. But at the end of the day, if you're going to bring on a coach, chat, if you're going to bring on a coach and you're going to pay somebody, let them do their thing, especially if they're producing for you. Like, you got to put your shit to the side. You obviously brought in somebody because you want to win, you want to do something better, and you realize you can't do it on your own. If they're giving you results, you got to give them a little bit of grace.
You got to give them a chance to earn that money.
Right. If you can't give them grace, then like, it's not a him thing, it's a you thing, right? Is what it is.
Yeah.
So from there, where do we go? Do we talk about Fusion? We talk about how that went horribly? I'll let y'all even talk about this.
We actually, JP ends up quitting after that for about a year. And me and you go off and do our own thing. We start guessing on.
So we're talking about that? Oh, yeah. So that was 2000 what?
21.
It was late 21. Y'all went
late
to play Cup.
Because this is the time where JP's not really fucking with you.
I know, because 21, he went to Cup with us.
Yeah.
So this is the beginning of 21.
I know.
2020 is when we took CPXL, right?
Yes. And 2021 is when me and you just went out and started guessing online.
Right. So we went and played with regulators. We went and played with some team at CFOA, right? Didn't we?
Yeah, we tried to start our own team at MSXL.
Yeah, we started Carolina Rage. This is where Carolina Rage's name, I think, starts, right? Because I'm now the owner of Carolina Rage. And I've been fucking backpacking that name for probably the next 4 years, chat. Like, literally making it the guestiest guest team of all. Like, we just pull anybody we know who we know is kind of a killer that we think we could do anything halfway decent with. But we go to MSXL. We take Ryan Buckley, us, Josh Kimball, Danny Kimball. You tell me Hunter comes with us. I don't know that. And then we take Garrett, right?
Yep.
And is this the one with Gavin's with us? Or not Gavin?
No.
Tyler? Tyler's not with us here, right?
Tyler's
with us. Okay.
Yep.
So Tyler comes, he causes issues, right? Then which helps Garrett get on the same page as him, because me and Garrett never really got along, right? Me and Garrett. And at this point, Garrett owes me money before this event because he shitted me. Still ain't.
Yeah.
So me and Tyler get into it. Garrett's on this thing, and then Hunter's there, and I guess Hunter says that he sees me talking shit to somebody, but I say it's joking, but he's like, I don't think he's joking. He hits up Corey. He's like, I'm not a huge fan. So then that crumbles because they get back to Josh and Danny Kimball. They're like, Norris is still a complete asshole. He hasn't changed one bit at all. He's a complete dick. And this is coming from people that owe me money. Hunter does not owe me money, by the way. That's not what I'm talking
Correct.
about. And this comes from Tyler, who threatened me with a gun in my own car at a later date. Or it could have been, actually, I think it was that event. It was coming home from that event because we were done with him already. So he talks to the Kimball brothers. They quit. So then that falls apart quickly. I think we only go to one MSXL. Then we start guessing with like regulators and stuff. So at the same time, I'm still traveling with Seattle Thunder because I'm still helping like manage or do whatever for that shit. So me and Corey still going there. We're doing like 5-mans at events. We're bringing people. I don't really know, but like, where does Fusion come in all this?
Fusion's the next year. So me and you do guest lines that whole year. We put together another Carolina Rage team and ended up taking 4th in D3 at World Cup. At that point, Micah, Mike, and all of them hit me up and are like, hey, let's just get together one night and talk. That's when they formed both camps in Myrtle Beach into one. And are like, we want you to come play. And that's where this is where I forced their hand. That I'm like, I'm not coming without Norris.
And they don't want me. And which is cool. But like you kick it with like, hey, well, this time he's not being a coach, he's not being an owner or manager, he's just being a player like me. And y'all can't really say that he's not better than half the people we have on this team.
Yep.
So they kind of agreed to it. But this was a shit show from the very start. Like, it was a shit show. Like, so many things happen at every practice. And I'll let y'all talk about these practices because I'm not even the one blowing up at these practices. I'm not even the one leaving either. Like, we have people like JP leaving in the middle of these practices, like losing their shit.
Dog, I don't even know where to begin with Fusion situation because, like,
because JP that whole year, his theme was funny money. His theme was funny money all year.
How long into the season until I joined Fusion?
You joined right away.
Yeah, you joined right away.
So I'm
it took you a couple practices, but like I ended up getting you a whole setup and like just come back and play, bro.
That was the CS1, right?
No, I bought that Lux TM40 off Mike.
Yep. Yeah. Was it a TM40 or was it an X?
Or was it an X? It might have been an X.
It was a black X.
Yeah, black and white X.
Oh, is Mike on this team? Is Mike on this team?
Yes.
Yep.
Yes.
I don't even remember that. I just remember Rufus, right?
Fusion happens. We do terrible.
Yeah,
the first
dumped.
event.
We
got laid out. I think we won 3 that event.
How come I don't remember this? I must have did.
You weren't there. You were winning. You were winning in New Orleans. You dished us after me having your back and being like, "Yo, need to bring Norris on here. Need to bring Norris on here." This man ditches us and goes to New Orleans and wins a little medal. Crazy.
It's a pretty big medal, and it's a ring chat. It's a pretty big medal in the ring that I win with Chad Figueroa. And Michaela, shout out to Michaela. She's passed away now. But Michaela Brooks. That was my last event ever.
Event number 2 is in Rock Hill. And at this point,
there's so much drama on this team.
At this point,
okay, hold on. No,
we all get on a conference. It's me, JP, Norris, John Lujan, Mike, and Richie. And we're all, because we're all like, listen, let's just start our own team. Forget Fusion. We're going to go play this event as our own team.
So let's recap this. Like, Fusion is all the same people that supposedly had a problem with me that let me go. Now they did a whole event without me, and they're falling apart and quit on each other. Did terrible.
Yes, the whole team's turned on each other at this point.
16th out of 19.
Yeah.
And that
we're gonna put our own team together.
Hold on. No. Okay, so hold on, because Norris touched on this before with the practices. Because, like, we're walking by that, and the funny money part of the practices That's some coin shit that I came up with, okay? Because that was the epitome of fucking funny money. I've always hated, and granted, I guess it's probably because I've never ran a team, so I don't know.
Oh, you hate dues. You do hate dues.
I hate dues so fucking much because the tournament ball up to this point that I've played is me, Corey, Vinny. Hey, we need $750 for this event. Let's get it. And then, okay, cool. We'll all do that. We go and practice. Hey, 2 cases of paint apiece. Cool. I go and get the 2 cases. But whenever we have what seems to me like 15 fucking players on a team, and we're
paying $200 a pop,
$200 a month, and
which in that 200 we were promised that it was going to cover. We were going to buy 2 skids of paint from GI.
Yep.
All of our paint was going to be covered for practice. All of our paint for the event was going to be covered, and so was our entry.
Yep. And I think initially
Hondo and Micah are running this team, right? Or no, it's Rufus.
It's
Micah.
Rufus, and Micah,
and Hondo, I think.
No, Rufus isn't running. No, sorry. No, it's Jacob, Mike, Micah, and technically I was supposed to be an owner of it too.
Fusion is not.
Oh yeah, because you had the fucking PayPal, didn't you?
I did have the PayPal. Yep, I was technically an owner of this team.
So Corey,
even I was like, dog, I don't fucking know.
Because we would we were
4 practices in and we were almost out of paint.
Out of paint. But like, what's crazier is like we've got this strict thing of we're doing this many practices, this amount of dues every month. The dues cover the practice paint, and then it's like, all right, cool. So we're practicing, right? Coming up this week? No. We got these people can't make it.
And somewhere in this,
so hold on.
Brian's added, and you bring in a whole check from Brian's sponsor too. Like you get a free check from this pizza guy.
Listen.
Yep.
We've got like, hey, we've got practice, right? No, all these people can't make it. Okay, so are dues less this month? I mean, because we're supposed to practice, but we got the money for the dues, but like, where's this money going? What are we doing?
We're not practicing. We're paying money.
That doesn't make any sense to me how you see that, but like, I get you just don't like dues, so you're just always gonna look at it.
That's why I'm saying I know.
No, because he's paying $200 a month, but if we're not practicing
for an entire month,
his money back.
For the entire month.
No,
or he just wanted his case of paint that he was guaranteed. He wanted his 2 cases of paint that he was guaranteed to get.
And I think that got brought up because it was like it was. You know what? It was a fucking holiday, and we were like, oh yeah, we ain't doing it because of this or that. I'm like, yo, I want to go out and run drills, and then you or someone else, let's go out and run drills. And all right, so I could use the team paint for that. Nah. I'm paying the fucking dues. And keep in mind, a lot of what we've talked about.
This is how you know JP's Jewish, chat.
Exactly. Was I right or was I wrong with funny money? Because that shit had a stink on
half
it.
and half.
The entire time, everything that we've talked about.
It's supposed to have a stink until the end of the year.
I know. We'll get there. I promise. Everything we've talked about and everything we're going to talk about is all included. I am a dirt poor dishwasher at this point, okay? I have no fucking money. My money's going to bills and to paintball, and even then I am fucking scrounging. I'm real close to selling feet picks. Like I'm fucking down bad, but I'm finding a way to make it work. And it's been like that for a long time when throughout me playing paintball.
Whoa. Well, I don't think you were like struggling like that when I had you. Like I didn't.
No, he was struggling.
He was struggling.
Yeah, but like not to like pay me though.
Yeah, but like, you made it very affordable for us. Like,
and it was clear. It was clear.
I don't think you're like, we don't need the money until the event, but when the event comes, that money's got to be ready.
And I'm straight with that. That I'm fine with, because I can suffer. Like if I know I've got all the money, but regardless, listen.
We made that rule because of you. Yeah,
absolutely. And I've always paid my dues. I've always ended up paying my money, whether it was early, whether it was late, whether it was with Outlaw. Like I didn't pay fucking money on Outlaw, but I sold some masks for fucking dumb over retail. I sold the gun to cover more than what I owed. my money it always gets paid one way or another.
And like you were super upfront with us whenever we did Carolina, whenever we left Fusion, like you were like, listen, we need you to be at practice whenever we have to practice. The money's got to be ready for the event whenever it's due for the event. Whenever we're doing practices, bring $80 for 2 cases. We're buying 2 cases apiece. Everything's super upfront, but like nothing was like, yo, you got to pay $200 a month, or you're going to be behind on dues. And if you're behind on dues, you're not playing. And it's just like, dog, this is a whole car note that I'm paying for a month, and I can't even get practice paint to go out and practice if y'all don't play.
I can't get any clarity of where the money is, where the money's spent, how much it is, because the numbers weren't adding up for fucking anything. And then housing, whenever we would pay for a B&B, bro.
I remember this.
Hey,
I'm
listen,
still not involved in this
talk
chat.
About the funniest of funny monies. Like, where the fuck is all this money going? Because we get to sit in this dingy ass room here.
Did I ever play for Fusion? I had a Fusion jersey, but did I ever play?
Yeah.
No, I don't know if I did.
Here's us.
We did.
Sitting in this dingy ass room in an Airbnb. Like, wait, there's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7.
Why is this thing $180 a piece?
You're like, wait, is this a fucking $3,000 Airbnb
for one night?
This motherfucker's $700. It's like, I'm just saying.
But no,
it's funny money.
So the funny money happens, right? Event 2 happens where we come.
Let's get in this too. I tried to coach that whole team, not coach, but like give some advice. Like, hey, all these events are local. Why are y'all buying Airbnbs for them anyway? Like, just drive up, play, and drive back home. No one wanted to hear me, y'all. Everyone, like the majority of that team, acted like I was speaking tongue or like Spanish to them. Like, what? We got to drive 3 hours to play paintball? Like, why? Why are you spending money on an Airbnb?
Let's get back to it. So, funny money happens. Event 1 happens. Event 2 is coming up, and we're like, yo, let's just play it by ourselves. We'll create our own team. We'll go into Carolina Rage again. They
don't let us.
No,
they don't let us. They call us in.
We sign up. Roster ourselves, and they start calling us. Immediate.
Not me. They only call Corey. They don't call JP. They don't call me.
I mean, they talk to me, and I'm calling y'all back, and I'm like, yo, they're willing to cave to our every demand.
Yep.
They said we can roster who we want. They said Norris can coach. They said we can bring on whoever we want, and they ain't even got to pay. So
folded like a fucking omelet, bro.
Is this where we go play Rock Hill?
This is where we go play Rock Hill.
Oh, let's talk about how this shit goes.
And to our demise, we could have won it and ended up going 2-2. It ended up looking like dumbasses. But
no, we move on.
No, we didn't.
Yes, we did.
We did not move on for that one.
We did move on.
That was with Mayhem, too.
When we lined up on the wrong side of the box?
That's when we brought Ben Kenna and Andy with us. Yes.
That was Fusion Days, right?
We did not.
That was Mayhem.
Yo, it was Fusion Days because you go back to the pictures. I'm wearing a Fusion jersey, and that's when I have the all the Hormesis is tied to my pack.
Nope. The one that you're thinking of is where you wore the OTL jersey with Fusion, and me and you's walking off the field together, and we're both looking at each other like, yeah, this is our last event for this team.
But that's the event we lined up on the wrong side of the box, and Micah doesn't realize it, right?
That was Mayhem.
I have it right here. We went 3-1.
I told you we moved on. Told you.
We went 3-1.
I don't think we moved on.
We did. We go to Ocho's and we lose.
Thank you. That's where we lined up on the wrong side of the box.
Talk your shit.
No, it's not.
Yeah. Yes, it is. I finally got him, chat. I finally got him.
I'll tell you the one that we lined up on the wrong side of the box because that was the one that you brought in Andy D'Souza and Ben Kenna to play with us. It was
Look at the
hot
roster,
as fuck
JP.
in Rock Hill.
We can't anymore.
And we played against Wreckers Paintball.
They're all archived. I do think Corey's right. I don't think it was that event.
Well, I know.
And that's the one you pushed me off the box.
Because I'm gonna tell you this, and like you helped me realize this, and so did Worm, right? Like, there's very few events that I've played that I don't move on. The only time I don't move on is when we go play 4 regulators in RPL and the third event in MVPS in 2023 with Dark. That's it. 80%, I would say 90% of the time I move on. And I would say 70% of the time I make top 8, 12.
The Dirty South Classic, we took 9th.
Yeah.
We move on.
That's not moving on. It's top 8.
No, it's not. It's if we went 3-1, we moved on, bro.
We did. Pull it up. Look at the scores.
We went 3-1.
I literally did this 5 seconds ago. We were in the Ochos. Because I think it was top 10, and there was I think top 10 moved.
We're not. It's quarterfinal X-Ball right here. We made it with Division 5 when me and you coached them.
Oh, that was D5?
Yeah, D4 we went 2-2 and missed.
Oh, okay, yeah. No, fuck me, right? My bad. Sorry, Norris. You were
wrong. I can never win. I can never win.
I'm trying to tell you, bro. I know. I just have my brain full of useless information. Just like this.
Hey, we did take D5 to a good finish, though.
Move forward. So when is it so hot as balls that I'm literally pouring ice on my nuts?
That was the year before when we were guessing on lines and they begged us to come play because they were short players.
And it was Mayhem?
Yes. And we were like, that's fine, but we're going to bring Ben Kenna and Andy D'Souza with us. And they're not paying.
And I'm literally pouring ice on my balls, and I'm ready to shank this next point to go home.
Me and you literally looked at each other prior to the box and was like,
I'm about to lose this on purpose.
I'm cool to get shut off the break, bro.
100%.
I'm like, it's like 104 degrees outside. I'm like, I can't do this anymore.
I'm done. Like
and they got me playing the Snake this event. I was dead.
And I'm in the medical field at this point, guys. Like I'm a trauma nurse. Like I know that I'm supposed to like have a shock in the system putting ice on my nuts. I don't even feel it.
It was that hot.
It immediately turns to water, and I'm like, I feel like I just pissed on myself. Like something's not right here. Like something ain't right. So we go out, we win that, and then we make it forward. And I'm like, well, that wasn't the outcome I wanted. So what do we do now? And so we literally look at each other and like, well, fuck it. We got to take it all away. So now we have the mindset that we want to just win it all because like no one is stopping us. Like we're fucking people up on the same because we're playing Dorito side together, right? I'm like behind you.
Snake side together.
Oh, Snake side together. I'm playing behind you and like I'm doing work. Like you got images of me with the Galaxy CS. I feel like this is 2022, bro.
This is 2021.
It can't be because I didn't have.
No, this is 22.
No.
Yeah, I didn't have.
So that's not the event I had the Galaxy. You were not playing.
Who, me?
You were not playing.
So this isn't the event I have the Galaxy CS2.
No, I think you had your Twister Geo4 at this point.
Did I have it that soon?
Because this was the event right after Philly. That means you took third and 10 man.
This is why I like being a gun whore because it kind of like timestamps some things when you see guns, right? But
yeah, Corey. Gun
okay,
whore.
so I'm just doing work. I'm just doing work. So we go out
Again,
there.
I know what gun he was shooting for some reason. I don't know why.
We go to we have a no point, right? And in my mind, I'm forgetting because I'm just a player. Like I'm trying to just play my role. In my mind, I totally spaced that a no point reverts back to your side of the field or whatever side of the field you start off on right at that no point. We walk to the other side of the field. It's granted, keep in mind, our coach, Micah, Micah is down there on the other side of the field looking through the net and notices no one on the box. Doesn't say shit. The timer starts. And I literally look at everybody. I look down the field and I'm like, there's no one down there. And now I look in the net and the team we're supposed to play is literally looking at us and you can see them smiling through their mask. And I go, oh shit, run. And we literally take off sprinting to the other side. We make it, but then we triple up home. I push Corey out of the way because he fucked up my lane. We shoot one person off break. We lose Corey. Then I want to say it's Austin. Somebody goes up on the right side. Oh, it
had to be Andy or Ben.
Somebody launches up the right side, and I'm like, oh shit, we got this. And they get smoked. Then another person gets smoked, and I'm like, we just lost this match. And then that was it. That was the end of that. And I look at it, and I find this weird that you're saying it's 21, and then we play again with them in 22, because after that event, I was for sure never going to play with them again. I was done with them. I didn't like it. I wasn't a fan. They all talk shit about everybody, and that was the worst fucking coaching I've ever seen from anybody. I don't care if you're a brand new coach. You can't tell your guys that are on the box that no one's down there at the other box or realize that you got your line on the wrong box. That's a problem.
Yep.
A huge problem. And
here.
On top of that, you talk shit about everybody else.
It's going to be hard to see it. but you can see it on there as Myrtle Beach Mayhem. We took 8th place. And that was in 2021, August 28th.
Oh, and I don't know how we ever played with them again. So now these guys don't know that now they used to have to be convinced to take me, right? Now they don't know that they're begging Corey to play, and Corey still won't play without me, but now Corey's convincing me to play with them. So they probably still don't want me, which I don't give a shit about. But now he's convincing me, like, please play. It's not going to be worth it without you. And I'm like, it's not going to be worth it in general. Like, what the fuck? Why? Give it a rest. The best y'all had was 2020 when I coached y'all. Hang it up. Those boys can't play. They don't know fundamentals. They don't know team paintball. They're selfish. They're arrogant. And all they do is talk trash about each other. Like, we had best friends fall out. Literally, Michael gives Jacob a home to stay because he has no home. Then Jacob says he's trash, dogs him out, said he uses people and all this other stuff and moves out his dude's house and make it like it's Michael. Like, your best friend gave you a place to stay when you were homeless, bro. You talking trash about him, it's not the move, kid. It's not the move. And then there's drama with people messing with each other's girlfriends and shit like that. And it's just, yeah.
What?
It's just, yeah.
No
that's
way.
That's when all that Brian shit happened.
After that fusion event, the second event is when we decided that's it. And then we started the NXL line for Rage.
Yeah. Carolina Rage was a thing. Carolina Rage came out strong.
Maybe the shittiest jersey I've ever owned in any sport ever.
Don't talk about my Power Rangers jersey.
No, we're talking about the Fusion jersey, but that was up there too.
Whatever.
Man. I hate that Philly jersey.
Which Philly jersey? Do I have it?
He's talking about
the one where it's got the gorilla dead in the center, and it's got the
dog shit.
Awful.
Still, and we only paid $25 for that jersey. We paid $25 for that jersey.
Wasn't worth it. I paid $50 for an actual jersey.
Hey, listen, overpaid.
Funny money.
It's way better than the Fusion jersey that we paid $70 a piece for. I think it was crazy.
Yeah.
And they were oversized. They were ugly.
Huge.
Like, I think I burned mine immediately. Like,
I still got mine. I like to wear it around Norris just to give him a headache.
Yeah, ain't no way I was keeping that
jersey. Both mine are in there.
Listen,
I think I've got one of your jerseys in there too.
Because it was white and gray. Like, there's a white one.
Yeah, we had a white one and a gray one. Yeah.
Yeah.
And I don't even know who made those.
Having a Sunday jersey.
Carbon.
With dreams of making it to Sunday. It's crazy.
Good times.
And then we go play Carolina Rage, and then I think we're always top 8, right? Aren't we always top 8?
Except for
Carolina Rage
Philly.
Immediately 26th out of 31.
Yeah, we bombed Philly. Because that's the event that I lost it on Richie.
Chat.
Because we're sitting there on the box
I played that one
with 4 people, and Richie's just off to the side.
Looking through the net.
So our first event's Philly?
Yeah.
Our first event's Philly? Okay.
Yeah.
So, well, technically not, because me and you went and played without JP at the Sunshine State Open, and that's where we took 5th place.
I had another poor person.
Because the first event is like in Florida, right?
Yeah.
For the season.
Yeah.
So we took 5th. So we took 5th.
That's the one I went off at.
There you go, chat. Like, don't knock me. So then we go to Philly. So this is where we pick up Richie, because Richie wasn't in Sunshine State with us, right?
Correct.
We used our standings at Sunshine State to pick up players we think are going to help us more.
Yeah.
And they end up hurting us so bad.
Yeah.
So bad.
Bomb at Philly.
And after Philly's where we play with Sheesh and the boys, and we take 3rd and 10 man, right?
That was the year prior, but we played with Sheesh and the boys again though that year, and we did take a top 5 though.
Sheesh and the boys, for the chat, is the Regulators, but like they renamed it for their 10-man thing.
They pull my mic away.
And you know what?
For the boys.
Regulators, before we go guess with the Regulators are always like top 10 team.
Yeah, shout out Regulators.
They're doing good now, even now. Mm-hmm. But like when we come guess for them, they literally have the worst event they've ever had. And they go 0-4. And me and Corey are literally the last 2 alive every point. And then in the middle of a huddle, they go, I don't know what's going on, guys, but we got to start actually playing. And me and Corey just look at each other like, I don't know. Like, I'm in the 50 literally every point. Like, within like 50 seconds because of how that layout or that map is what I like to call it now is played out. Like you get to the wing super easy.
Dog, that might have been the craziest me and you ever looked at each other when they said we gotta actually start playing paintball, and me and you look at each other like,
I got no money.
Unless I'm playing paintball the whole time.
I can't do.
I don't know what y'all been doing.
Is this Philly?
No, this was in NRPL.
NRPL. This was an event in Maryland. Yeah, that's what I'm saying. This 2021 year, me and Norris went and played everywhere, bro.
I've got the scores pulled up from Philly for.
I don't even want to know.
Yeah, you do. For Carolina Rage.
I want to know.
There were 8 matches. There were 8 matches. How many you think we took in Philly?
I think we won 2.
3.
So we open up the day 0-6.
So we took the last 4?
We took the last 2. 4? There were 8.
There's only 8 points.
So we went 0-6.
So what's the event that we go to that we have fucking Gavin and we lose our shit there? You quit.
That's Chicago.
Corey quits and says, I'm done. Throws me in.
I thought you were talking about me.
No,
this was my eye surgery event.
Yes. Oh. So this is the very next event after Philly.
Chicago, right?
Wait, Corey says, I'm done. Yeah. I'm tired. I'm getting shot off the break. You fucking backpack the team. And I'm pissed. So I go in there and I literally start backpacking the team. And we go from 0-4 to 4-8. Like we literally win the last 4 matches, right?
4-4.
We went from 0-4 to 4-8. Like we literally just turn it around. I don't even know if we made it out though. We still didn't make it out.
We did. There was only 9 teams and we were the 5th one. They took top 4.
It was terrible.
Yeah.
And then Gavin.
And at that point, we bring on this kid Gavin.
Tell us about Gavin.
Let me tell you something. Let me look right in the chat. Hey, put the big camera on me. Put the big camera on
me. Corey, you want the stage?
I want the stage.
You got the stage.
I'm looking at you, McDowell.
I got the stage. Gavin Seeger. I hate you. Stop asking me for money on Facebook. Thank you.
Oh my God.
Norris, what do you think?
Oh, I thought you were gonna say. So I thought, I met Gavin on the West Coast, right, through Corey Field, at his field and stuff. And Gavin is an aggressive player, quick.
He's a mercenary.
And all complete assets of the thing. As an individual, he's not a bad player. But when you're an individually good player and you think you're the best player on the team, and you don't care about playing team ball, you look like the worst player on the team, and you affect the whole game plan in a negative way every time you step on the field, right? You end up taking the wrong routes. You get shot by your own people sometimes. You run through their lanes. You mess up the gameplay, the whole 9. And you look like the chaos. No matter how good you are, you look like the problem because you're not playing team. So we sit him. Like he's causing so much drama, and he's trying to take everyone's job. This is the year I have the biggest problem I've ever had to deal with. It's like everyone doesn't care about making their teammate better. That's my biggest pet peeve. Like, help your teammate get to his bunker clean so we can all play paintball together. This is the year where everyone's just like, oh, fuck it. I let me get his job. I could do it better. Let me get his job. It's like, that already shows you're not playing team ball. If you're so focused on taking your friend's job or your teammate's job all the time, and keep in mind, when I say this, we're talking about an individual, and is this mic close enough? We're talking about an individual who will go from playing the Dorito 2 to saying now he wants to play the Snake 1 to now saying he wants to play the Home to now saying he wants to play the Dorito Attacker. Like, literally, he didn't stay even on 2 jobs. Like, he wanted every job, and it's like, bro, 1, there's only 1 of you. 2, you're taking out someone who's actually playing good and putting back in someone who wasn't playing that good to go back to trash on that side. So you may or may not fix one side, but you put the other side at a deficit. It's just, what's the rationale, right? Like, make it make sense. It's got to make sense. It's got to help the whole. It just doesn't. And he's just pissed off. He's getting into it with Danny. He's getting into it with Josh. He's getting into it with me. And he finally gets into it with Corey. Like, I lost, like, trying to get into a little Corey, not Corey Field. So I lose it on him in front of Corey Field. And Corey goes like, you need to chill out and calm down. So I calm down. I leave him alone. And then he says something else. And then Corey flips out and goes like, I don't ever want to play again if you bring him around. He's like, I've never said that to you. I mean it. I'm done with him. So then Danny Kimball comes to Corey like, Corey, you don't really mean that. We need people. And we didn't play half bad. I see potential in us. And Corey looks at him like, it's either him or me, bro. Like, if you think I'm good, then you pick me. If you think he's good, you can have him, and I'm done for the season. He tells the Kimball brothers that. And that's when Josh and him realize, and they go, he's got to go then. Like, Josh says it, like, and it took a lot for them to say that because they want to keep everybody. That's literally why they quit the MSXL. And granted, I'm already nervous because I'm thinking Josh and Danny are going to be pissed because I feel like this is going to be a repeat from MXL where it looks like I'm asshole, the aggressive one, but everyone sees it's Gavin. And I don't even know what we do after that. It's all a blur.
That's when we make a World Cup line.
And this is 2022,
right? This is 2022.
Because 23 is when I leave,
baby.
Yeah, 23, I fucking say fuck it, and I want to go play for somebody else finally, and I link completely up with Outlaw.
With Outlaw, yep. So 2022 World Cup happens. We bring in Derek Shiver, and Keaton Rhodes, and then some random dude. I don't even know who the hell he was.
Too, yeah, he was a good dude. He was nice, and he was good.
Yeah, and he had to leave because like his uncle or something died, right?
Yeah. It was sad. Corey Field knew him, but we found him on the BST saying he wanted to play with a team. I wish one of y'all should go look. If you probably can't even look up that roster, but I wish I knew his name because he was
for 3 months.
Yeah,
he was a decent dude. He'd have been good to keep around, but like that team doesn't stay around. Corey at this point, I don't know what's going on with him, but I think Corey has a change in jobs, and he's thinking about maybe moving back to North Carolina at the time. But him and his mom stay. He stays at World Finance, Regional Finance, whatever the fuck it is. But he quits, basically. So JP's done because he's going back and forth because his eye. You want me to be real? I think, yes, JP really did have an eye issue, but I think JP saw this as an opportunity. He still saw commotion and chaos. If you want to be real, we've always been real with each other. He still saw commotion and chaos. He still didn't see solidarity, right? He saw it as an opportunity to step away without causing harsh feelings and showing like he just doesn't want to deal with certain people, right? So he just leans harder on the eye thing and he got to get his money right and this and that. And he sells everything because like anybody planning to come back to paintball doesn't sell everything. And he's going to say, well, I needed money this time. Cool, I get it. But selling everything is a little
Corey, how many times have you sold everything?
And he was done. It wasn't him like wanting to come back. He's done.
Every single time.
That's my point.
Every single time I've quit, I've sold everything. Because I'll just start. And by everything, I mean.
That's my point. It was a quit. But you were kind of convinced us it was just a slight break and that you were coming back. That's my point. I'm trying to show that you had the intent of quitting.
Okay, here. Well, I feel like I've been super clear about this, and I'll be even more clear here on the main stage. After Philly, I had a detached retina, which I got solved via a scleral buckle, which is where they cut the white part of your eye, open it up, put a silicone sponge, sew it back shut.
You still have a silicone sponge in there?
It's for life.
Oh.
So
didn't know that.
I can't feel it. It may as well not even be there. I can't feel it. But what it does is it tries to, your eye is like two balloons inside of each other, so it pushes this down to get them to rebind.
Got it.
Regardless, I don't make it to Chicago because I'm literally I can't. Like I can't even work at the time. So I definitely can't move and play paintball and shit. So I play at Cup that year. And I'll tell you where.
Do you go to Cup with us?
Yeah. And I'll tell you where on there that I decided that this would be my last time. Obviously, fucking that was a lie.
So this is 22 where you didn't really want to fuck with me. You wanted to be around me at least as possible, right?
Nope. He plays the whole season with us.
I'm very comfortable with you at this point. There's no animosity.
21 was
there's no animosity. 21. There's no animosity at this
point. I'm just trying to understand why my homeboy don't love me. I'm just trying to understand.
Let me explain. I try and explain. So I miss Chicago. I play Cup.
Safe place.
I play Cup because I'm healed enough. I'm back at work. My eye is a little less fucked up at this point. But I'm still healed.
Probably strong arm your job to give you your third raise in the last 3 months.
Oh, yeah. I absolutely got a raise after coming back. No question. But I came back, started working, and then, cool, I'm back to playing paintball. So we go to Cup, and I think I'm good enough for Cup. it's a long healing process. It's not. I mean, it's still going. But we had a practice at Cup. Whenever we got there early in the morning, Norris is, hey, I've got the it was Seattle. I'm pretty sure. I don't know if they were.
Oh,
at this point.
we were supposed to work a practice, is what you're saying.
Right. So we worked a practice, and then we scrambled over to get our practice in. And I remember we hopped on the field. We ran a
Who did we practice?
We were supposed to practice somebody, and they ended up not showing, and we practiced ourselves.
So.
Oh yes, I remember this now.
But I remember it vividly. I run down to one side, and after that first point, and we flip, I'm like just jogging. Like I'm not even going crazy. Like I just ran a little bit, and every time my heart beats, I get like my eye is pulsing. Like I can. It's hard to explain. You know when you like rub your eyes and it's got that like flash.
Yes.
It's doing that every time my heart beats, and I'm like, fuck, man. I'm like, I don't know if I'm going to be able to play Cop. So I'm entering practice with that in my head. Like, I don't know if I'm going to be able to do this.
Hold on, before you continue, so I can emotionally prepare myself. Am I about to do something negative here to you?
No. I mean, you were an asshole at this point, but it was because you.
Damn, when did I change?
Dude, you're still an asshole.
You said it on the first podcast. Yeah. You said I may have changed publicly.
Yeah.
But internally, I'm still the same person.
Yeah, but that's here, though. I feel like I guess not, because some of my biggest growth was with Outlaw.
Listen, this is still, at this point, we're still in the Corey and JP being Seattle Thunder's bitches in the pits stage in our friendship. So we start immediately with that. Bam. Hey, Corey, JP, grab that paint. Grab Seattle's paint. We're going, it's an NXL event, so we're going 4 fucking zip codes that way. Meet us over there with the paint, and we're running points. And it's time crunch. Hurry up, guys. I booked this fucking time. I spent money on this practice time. Let's go. And it was like, damn, bro. I'm breaking my fucking back here. My eyes fucked up, and now I got to do this fucking practice. And we don't have anyone to practice against, so we're doing fucking...
Let's keep this as a lesson, chat. Like, when you look at everything in your own perspective, because this probably is like the last of me being that. Like, I still have some pieces with Outlaw, but I grow. But when you look at shit from only your perspective, you miss that your friends are actually going through stuff that you don't know. So even coming off with a tone, you cannot yell, you cannot cuss, but you're still the asshole because you're not being sympathetic or empathetic to what your boys are going through. So when I
think that's fair.
If you're stressed, you're stressing them, and if they're already stressed, they're stressed more. So this is a note to say, if you got friends, because this is what I learned about paintball. Friends is where it's at. That's where you're having the fun. You can have literally just the same amount of fun losing, which I never agreed with until recently, as you can winning if you are with your boys having fun.
What's the funnest event that we've ever had? Looking back now, because let me preface this while Corey thinks. There's 2 or 3 separate types of fun, right? There's type 1 fun, which is you're on a roller coaster, you're having a good time, you look back on it, fuck, that was a good time. There's type 2 fun, where in the moment it sucks. It's shitty, it's not fun at all. You look back on it like, yo, that was a good time. A lot of people in the military, that's their type 2 fun, is they hated being in the military overseas, but when they get back, it's like, fuck, man, that was a good time. Or like high school for a lot of people. They look back, fuck, man, it was a good time. And
so what's type 3 fun?
Type 3 shit is shit that's just not fun. It wasn't fun then. It wasn't fun now. Fun, no. Some people, like, it's just, I don't even know why we call it type 3 fun, because there's no fun in it. So, personally, I'll go first since I brought it up. I think the funnest event that I've ever played was that World Cup where we did the shittiest we've ever done. Because...
We've never done shitty at World Cup, though.
Bullshit. Corey?
World Cup? Oh, the D3X ball. Is what you're saying?
Yep.
D3X ball?
Yep.
Okay. But see, I didn't have fun there. Like,
looking back,
Keaton fucking drove me crazy. Even looking back.
Slapfest wasn't a good time?
I'm good. No, it wasn't, because remember, I'm literally beefing with everybody, and I don't even know if I'm exploding, but correct me wrong. Y'all can say if I'm exploding. Like Keaton's pissing me off. Mike brings his girlfriend and she's judging everything I'm doing.
Everything.
She's basically telling him that I'm trash, y'all are trash. Why are you friends with these people? And we're treating Mike good. And that's what brought up the slap fest. We finally said, fuck it. If we're that shitty of friends and all this dude cares about is money, let's pay to slap the shit out of him.
You want this Sandana real bad, motherfucker.
Actually, no, that wasn't even a Sandana. Like, there was no bands involved. It was $300. We paid $300. We knew I wanted to slap Mike because his girl. Because I could not slap his girl or Keaton.
Right.
Because it's like, we don't know how a crackhead's going to respond. Like, he could have crackhead energy and we could be in this fight forever. Mike,
for whatever reason, you let me go first.
Yeah, we can goat this in. And I paid Mike $300 to let me and Corey slap the shit out of him. And now his girl hates us even more. But fuck it. Whatever.
What's crazy, I slapped him first, and you felt so bad you didn't even want to slap him the second time.
After that money already cleared. No, I'm good.
I was like, fuck that. I spent $300. I'm getting my slap, man.
No, you tried to give it to him.
Corey?
I slapped him, and you said, oh, no, big dog, you can just have this money.
Corey, I kid you not. Corey tees up. It smacks the shit out of him. Mike is huge. Mike's a big boy. Corey?
At this point, I'm a lot lighter than what I am now.
He's on the shorter side, and this is skinny Corey. This is pre-kid Corey.
Yeah, this is I can dive in a snake every point Corey.
Yep.
Yeah.
And Corey reared back and slapped the shit out of Mike. And then
I didn't have fun. I don't like that event.
That's looking back at it, that one had the slap fest, we had Kobe, we had shitty days.
We had the best photography. That was finally our best photography season.
We watched Israel Adesanya lose.
We watched
Tajama
lose.
Yeah,
that was a good one.
There was a lot of fun outside of paintball.
I got good photos. I have good photos from that event. Out of every event, that's it. That's the only thing that's benefited from me.
Yeah.
Corey, what's
and that's the last year. Seattle Thunder.
Yep.
So Matt.
That was a good one. So I won't take that one. It's not going to be a good event. You know, the more that I think about it, these NXL events, I don't even know why you go to NXL events, Norris. They all seem bad for you. This one's not going to be a good one for you either. I actually enjoyed Philly, even though we did
I was robbed?
really bad.
Wait, you helped me get robbed?
Philly's my number 2.
I lost. I'm losing like $3,000 this event. I'm robbed. Let's talk about this. So we leave this event. Corey runs over something. I'm like, what was that? Oh, nothing, dog. Nothing, dog.
It's just a hill.
We're not even 15 minutes down the road. NXL calls us.
Hole in the ground, bro.
It says, hey, we have a backpack in here with your ID in it. And I'm like, what? My backpack? With my headbands in it? Like my expensive headbands. Like Hormesis at this time is popping. I have the rare Twister bands. Yep. I have like some Sandana shit. We look in the back. This bag is in there. And I say, hey, Corey, you think that thing you ran over was my backpack? Oh, it could have been. So we turn around immediately. We get to the booth. I get my backpack. My backpack is half empty. This is where it takes me a while to figure out Aztec photos turned in this backpack, but they end up robbing me. We end up finding out 3 years later they still have, or maybe 2 years later, they still have these headbands.
Yeah,
finally get some of them back. But half the Sandanas are missing, and all the expensive Hormesis are missing. Yep. All of them. Like my custom ones, my Ian Freeman made one, my Twister one, like literally $2,000 worth of headbands is gone. Of just Hormesis, not even the Sandana ones. And like those are ones that were just made for that event that weren't sold. So they end up having more value later, but at the time they're retail, right? I'm pissed. I am so pissed. And I take that L for a while. And at this time, that's not even the first time or the second time I've been robbed. I think one of the first times was at Dub C, like the year before that, where the guy stole my wallet while I was sitting there. And it takes him 2 days for them to return my wallet, and all the money's missing. But I was sitting there when he took my wallet. It's fucking paintball is shitty people. I've probably been robbed in paintball at least 8 times. To where the point, my rule is now I go to the events with the least as possible. Like Norris has a backpack with his shit in it. Like that's it. I ain't taking no gear bag. It ain't, nope.
Paintball's full of a bunch of vagrant hippies who like stealing shit. It is what it is.
Hippies don't steal, I feel like.
Old age hippies, no. New age hippies, yeah, fuck yeah. Yeah, those like crackheads. Those crackheads will steal anything. Especially if it's got a
like Kendrick says,
logo on it.
love.
Yeah, I like Philly though.
Philly was cool.
I mean, we might have done terrible, but we're coming fresh off seeing Top Gun Maverick. We're naming all of our calls off Top Gun Maverick at this point. We go to the massive king of
bonding.
Splash 2.
Yeah, listen. So keep in mind, I've been trying to preach this to people, like bonding outside of paintball, because I learned this from Chaos, from Amy Webb and them. It does help, and it gets you into a vibe, and it gives you accountability, and you want to protect your boys. So Corey hates movies. Like, he claims he's never really seen good movies. He doesn't like going to good movies. He says movies have been trashed for 10 plus years.
Uncultured.
Yeah, me and JP love going to movies. Like, literally love it.
I went to a movie today. Sorry, Norris.
Right. Yeah.
I went and saw F1 today.
I went to one yesterday. I saw F1 yesterday. This is why we're fucking shitmates, boy. F1 was the shit. It was so cool because it had everyone from the actual F1 in it. And they said Lewis Hamilton helped produce it. And I love Lewis. Oh my God. All the actual team principals. It was amazing. So it was so good that, it was good. It was good.
It felt like Top Gun. It felt like Top Gun. I know, same producer. It's a Jerry Bruckheimer movie, so it's going to be like Top Gun.
Oh, it was? You know what?
Banger of a movie.
Yeah. Okay. So it was a great movie.
Anyway,
like movies. So we take him to Top Gun. Yeah. We take him to Top Gun. He's blown away. Loves this movie. I was like, we fucking told you, dog. Like Tom Cruise, first of all. Tom Cruise is my guy.
So good.
When it comes to an actor, Tom Cruise is one of my guys. He's got to be at least in my top 5. Not yet, but I'm mad that I haven't.
So good.
Because I've seen them all.
So
Tom Cruise is the guy, bro. Like, honestly, I think it's weird that he never played James Bond. I feel like he would have played an amazing James Bond. That's just me.
Fuck. I feel like I remember hearing about him turning James Bond down for a reason.
I don't know, but like I feel like he would have been amazing.
I think they always want James Bond to have a British thing to him, and I think Tom Cruise won't do that.
Oh, okay. That makes sense.
Yeah, we go to the King of Prussia Mall, get lost in there because it's so big.
Why did I not go there?
I don't remember.
Maybe I was just poor once again and didn't want to go fucking spend money.
We had a nice little B&B.
Yeah,
we had great pizza at Angelo's.
So Mike handles this Airbnb, and y'all complain about this Airbnb. I don't know why y'all skipped over that.
That was the World Cup one. The World Cup one we complained about.
Because it was in a house. It was in another town over. We didn't even stay in the area.
No,
it was not World Cup.
King of Prussia we stayed in.
It was but it was also World Cup because we were like, why is this Airbnb $300 when we got 14 people staying in it?
Yeah. But it wasn't. I mean, if you had a problem with World Cup, great. But I never stayed with y'all at World Cup, right? I don't stay No, I didn't. I stayed with Seattle Thunder. I've never stayed with y'all at World Cup.
Yes, you did.
Stayed in Seattle Thunder's house.
You 100% stayed with us at World Cup.
You're talking about this blue house that we walked to a pizza place. That was not Florida.
Hold on. The pizza place was Philly.
Was in Philly.
No, not that
Chinese
pizza place where we walked that. It was the pizza place that was beside a Chinese spot that we all went to like 3 different spots. We walked to.
That was Philly.
No, we drove and then walked. We
drove,
and it was a blue house we were in, and like Mike and his girl slept in the room that was inside the kitchen, like it was in the back of the kitchen before you went in. That was Philly, bro, and y'all complained about how much he charged us.
That house was shitty. It was way too expensive for what we had.
I slept on the couch. I thought.
I think I slept on
the couch too. Yeah, I think you both slept on the couch.
Yeah. So that was way too expensive for what we did, but the area was nice. The food was.
We were
great.
Not even in the same town.
No, it was right. No. It's a 30-minute drive. It wasn't far.
And I've never stayed with y'all at Cup.
You shouldn't have stayed with us at Chicago. Then we stayed 50 minutes from the field at Chicago.
I was with y'all there because I was with y'all, I believe. Because Chicago, the boys, Seattle Thunder was in like hotels or something. I think.
Yeah, Chicago sucked.
We had that Chinese place in Philly, or the Japanese.
I wasn't
place.
with y'all. I don't even know what that house looked like at World Cup. I know I probably visited.
That Corey Field paid for, or Norris said he paid for it. What? And that's why I beat Mike in a Japanese eating contest. Yes, sir.
So, hey, that's a good point. Let's bring this up because I give Corey the credit, but like I feel like this is where I'm learning and starting to see. This is where I'm starting to have growth, but I don't know how to take the growth in. And I'm starting to notice how things are affecting other people. I'm starting to hear people out more about their complaints. And now I'm starting to understand, like, JP doesn't feel appreciated. Mike's not helping y'all. Y'all are pissed at Mike not helping y'all. And I'm like,
oh, yeah.
I'm working.
Yeah.
Right.
Philly
that's what I'm saying.
Really
I don't know how y'all are saying that's a good thing. But anyway, so I noticed that. I'm like, you know what?
That's that type 2 fun.
Okay,
Looking
well,
back on it, the pits weren't fun, but it was like.
I think in my head, like,
right.
my boys need to understand that I appreciate them, but it's got to be bigger than me. It's got to come from someone else. Like, it's got to come from someone that maybe I look up to and they think they look up to, right? So I say it's from Corey, but I literally pay for that whole thing. Like, I just wanted to do something nice because
I knew it.
Y'all have done everything for me. Like, you see me, like, in this perspective, right? You see me walking around, making money, hustling, whether it's for me or other people, and you think that I'm just having an easy, great time while y'all are just being dog water ran down, like, and I get it. Perception, right? You're doing physical labor. I'm doing mental and money labor, like I'm selling for all these people. I'm not having fun, but it definitely looks like I'm having more fun than you. And so I just take my profits and I'm like, you know what? It literally can't be done without these boys. Like, I can't hustle for these people. Yes, I make paintball cheaper for us, but like, it literally can't happen without y'all. Like, I realized that this triangle here is what kept a lot of it together, right? And I'm like, just take them out to eat. Just take them out to eat wherever they want to go. Just split the bill. Just be done. That's what I did.
We fucked that food up too.
Oh yeah. I was gonna say we killed that food, and I'm not gonna lie. Like, even though that physical labor was hard, because I don't think people understand how hard like running pods, pro teams, and cleaning and like
the fucking
just being
paint,
in a pro
man.
pit.
The fucking
is hard work, bro.
The paint.
And let's keep in mind, I don't even. You say you don't bring nothing to the table. Here's the thing: I don't become as big as I am today without Corey and JP, especially without Corey, but like definitely without. Y'all do everything in the pits. People love y'all. You run pods. Anytime something fails, you'll run and go get the paint. You're dog ass tired about how every other pro team sees it, and Corey sees that. Norris managed this. Norris brought the crew. Norris is making it work, right? So even when probably people want to give up on me or want to get rid of me, they see, how do we do this without him? He's inserted himself in, and he's made it happen when everyone else can't make it happen. Anytime we just like wing it, it falls apart. Anytime he handles it, even if we have frustrations, it's at least getting done, right? No matter what, it's getting done. So I don't become as big as I am, and I'm not saying I'm big, but I don't become known without y'all in the pro scene. So that's huge. I don't know if I ever told y'all that. So shout out to y'all. Props. Like, I don't make it that big without y'all. And then because of y'all and all the other hustling I'm doing, I'm gaining trajectory in the divisional scene. Not because I'm a player, but because like now I'm involved in Hormesis. This is the years I'm coming to Hormesis King. This is the year I'm like hustling stuff, flipping shit, because like I'm trying to make money and make it all free. Like, I'm covering like gas to and from events. We're using my car. I'm trying to cover as much as I can for Airbnbs that time, because there's times like we still complain about the money, but there's times I gave Mike a good chunk of the Airbnb every time. Like, I don't know where that went to either. Like, I'm still like, y'all are splitting money, but I'm giving Mike more than my share for the Airbnb, and I'm not staying at the Airbnbs half the time. So I didn't. So that's why I start staying at them, because like that, I didn't really want to be there. It's me and Corey talked about it. And I was like, if something's off, I need to see why it's off. Like, I'm gonna start staying there. I'm paying for way more than just me to stay there. Like, why is it so much? Why is JP and everyone else unhappy? We still don't know what was going on, and we're not saying Mike was hustling nobody. I just think it was organization. Like, every year I get better and better at organization. It's because of y'all. Like, I'm using y'all as test dummies, right? I'm learning how to manage due systems. I'm learning how to deal with Airbnbs. I'm learning how to delegate. I'm learning how to get through tough situations. So then I take that outlaw, and personality-wise, I crash with some people, but organization-wise, I excel. And I excel so fast. I go from a player at Outlaw in one event to literally running a line, then helping Phil build an organization, then being number 2 in the thing. Like, it happens so fast because I'm learning how to get stuff done quickly, which, keep in mind, that's kind of what didn't. This is why the show almost didn't start today, right? Like, I'm just good at getting an idea, thinking it's hot, and running with it, not really understanding how it affects people. But I don't get an attitude. Like, my JP does a lot behind the scenes. He's our producer as well, right? So he comes, he's like, "That's too many people on the feed. I don't have the right visuals for that yet. I'm not ready for that yet. Why are you throwing a curveball? Why are you making all decisions?" And, the old me would be like, fuck that. I even had one of my other friends on the phone. He's like, "Well, he even says this, right? It's funny." He's like, "Well, whose podcast is it?" I was like, "I want to say technically mine." I said, "But like, let's finally learn some lessons here." And I was talking to Paul. I said, I can't do this without them. And me saying it's mine and overriding them ain't the move ever. because like then it just falls apart. Like it doesn't happen without them too. So like we can audible from this. Like not once did I get mad. I said, hey, can you help me explain what you're seeing? You did, and I said, okay, well, like we can squash it, right? I never get defensive about it. I say, cool, we're done. But Corey kind of gets in his motion, and I was like, shit, like we're done already. But then I check on Corey through Cheyenne. I check on Corey, and like Corey comes to the realization that we care. He's just in his feelings. Lost his grandpa yesterday, so I get it. But this podcast isn't possible without all three, and that's just it is what it is.
Corey,
and I'll say this, like I didn't even want to do this podcast coming like yesterday. Like I think I called you, was like, yo, I'm probably gonna chalk it, bro.
Right.
And like yeah, you're probably thinking of stuff then, but like I call you later that night, and I'm like, nah, I need this. Like, let's go ahead and run it.
Because the first episode was so great, you were on such a high. You're like, that will help me. And then that's when I send in chat, and I don't even know if this helped you make your decision, but I go like, hey, remember, this is supposed to be therapy for all of us. It's supposed to be a safe place, and like we can talk about how we couldn't get it right before this episode. Like, let's bash each other on there and laugh about it, right?
Yep.
I don't really know what brings Corey back around, but he finally says, fuck it, I'll make something to eat and I'll be there.
That's why, like, keep in mind, I feel like Corey has always, like, regardless of the scenario, he's always had a fuck it, fuck you, clam up, bye. Like, that's always
he's never had
how
one
he
on his
handles
team.
shit. That's how he always handles. But he's always had someone. He's always had either you or me, no question. But he's also had Vinny. He's had the guy's got fucking two siblings, or I mean, two.
Yeah, but
siblings.
I don't think his brothers have been there for him like that. And Vinny doesn't talk. I mean, y'all might have a different relationship with him. I don't know if Vinny talks.
Going back. Oh, like Corey's been like this forever. Corey's always been.
Yeah, but here's the thing,
me, pussy. Like Corey's always.
I know
been
we're
like
all
that.
super close, but like, how often do you talk about him and his emotions? I don't think y'all do. Like, I literally. Keep in mind, chat, like, therapy was probably already been happening with me and Corey for years. We literally call each other Monday through Friday at 5:30 every day.
Every single day?
At 5:30 every day. And the only times we don't talk is kind of on the weekends because he tries to give Cheyenne and his kids, the attention. And still we call sometimes and I'm like, bitch, you're out of church by now. Like, come on. What are you doing? And I can always tell about how he responds to chats, how his day went, and shit like that. I said that first episode, and I stand by that. Like, but I could tell he was being salty, and I was like, bro, I don't remember bickering. Like, if anything, that was the lead. I don't even call that bickering. I think JP was frustrated, and like people get frustrated, right? JP was frustrated. We gave him an avenue to release his frustration, and we heard him out, and we pivoted. I feel like that's the only outcome. That's if anything, that's the best outcome you can get out of that. Letting one of us vent, get frustrated, we hear you out, and we make it better for all of us. No?
Yeah.
JP, how you feel? How you feel that interaction went between me and you? Or between all of us?
I thought it went all right. And what I was trying to get at is I'm trying to find out, like, even, what'd we say? Fucking 15 years of friendship. I don't know. I still don't know how to get Corey out of that. Corey has cut me off as a friend probably fucking 5 times.
I want to feel like there's only once that he's really cut me off as a friend, and you actually helped me get him back. But it's like it lasted for a week. That's it. It lasted for a week.
Probably, if I had to guess, going back over those 15 years, probably it's about a week. And
he said,
bro, I've tried.
Fuck you, I'm tired of getting talked to like shit. You're being shit.
He
Like,
just he just clams up. He clams up, and all right, whatever.
It feel like he clammed up. I feel like he said whatever he wanted to say and then disappeared.
That's what I mean. Like that's why I just said, "Shut up, bitch. We're recording." Like, shut up,
which
bitch.
is weird because like that literally, dude, that's a 50-50 chance of working. Like it literally will either get him out of it immediately or piss him off more.
I said, "Hike," and threw a fucking Hail Mary of a "fuck it, bitch. We're recording." Like, yeah, I don't know if it's going to blow him up even more or if it's just going to be like, all right, cool.
It's literally a 50-50 shot. His wife uses it, right? They're like, oh, just call him a bitch.
That's what I do right there, Norse. That 50-50 it hit this time. That's what I'm saying.
I was scared when you sent it. I was like, God.
That's one of those. You hit send and you
If you could get me to laugh, you could probably stop me from crashing out. But like, that was one where he was like, "You just being a bitch. We recording." I was like, "Okay."
Yeah,
He's just like, all right.
I was scared because like keep in mind like Cheyenne didn't answer my text because I sent a text and then I called
she said, "Dora said you okay?" I said, "Yep."
Damn.
and she goes yes with a question mark. Corey doesn't answer my phone call. And I'm like, okay, when he doesn't answer my phone call, he's done. So I'm like, calling him a bitch at that moment ain't it. I'm thinking like my plan was, JP, before you did that, I was like, I'm going to call him around 5:45. And I'm going to just play on his strings that, hey, I know your dad's been gone, but like, just remember, like, we needed this for therapy. This is me to release. Like, I can't do this without you. I need this as a therapy session. You know where I've been. And I felt like that was my best shot.
And then I just
so
drop
you
in
pulled
a
this
shut
off.
up, bitch.
Yeah, you just
drop in a shut up, bitch.
I think it helped too. Like, me and you got on about 20 or 30 minutes early, and me and you were just saying like one word sentence to each other.
Yeah, he's just like sitting there with his mad face. It's like, oh, so you're not talking to me? And I'm just laughing. I'm dying laughing. You can see him kind of smirking. I'm like,
no.
If you want to be a serial killer, be a serial killer.
Just to give you behind the scenes here, I dropped the "shut up, bitch, we're recording." Here, let me see it. I said, "Shut up, bitch, we're recording."
Or something, right?
I said, "Yeah, I got a bit defensive. Sue me." And then what I do at that point is I set my phone down. I go and cook dinner.
What time was that though? What time was that? No, what time was that? I want to know what time it was because like that's when it just gets shaky. Because I wasn't even at home and you're like, oh, we're back at 5. I call you and you're like, I'm not ready. I'm like,
that was
shit, I got shit to do.
4:09.
Yeah.
Yeah. So and we're trying to record at 5. That.
I don't. In my head, it's 6. So I drop that and then I go and cook dinner. I'm making steak, peppers, and rice. And I'm like, at some point, I'm like, looking for my phone and my watch is dead. I'm like, I know this motherfucker got back to me. And I come into the room and I see my phone here, and it's exactly when you start to call me. So I'm like, grab my phone. Yo, what's up? He said, yo, where you at? I'm like, we just made dinner. What's up?
Goes, what do you mean? I was like, we told Corey 5. He's finally on. He's like, well, I didn't know that. I was like, you fucking asked me. You're like, no, I sent him like, when are we recording? We're all off. I was like, well, I sent him 5 because we both talked about 5. I don't want to be on it late. I got stuff to handle.
Yeah. So we knocked all that out and hopped on here. Got a couple.
Let's tell chat what the idea was. Let's get back to us, right? The idea was to bring on Gavin from Order 66 and Hunter Patterson from Planet Paintball podcast, Planet Paintball. Right? And we wanted to have a round table. Obviously, it'd be all these squares over it, so we get what JP's talking about. We're gonna have a round table, and we didn't want to separate the two and ask them the same BS questions different times and get the same responses. We wanted to have an open dialect for them to tell us like what they liked about starting the podcast, what they could do differently, shit like that. We wanted to learn from them, talk about their struggles, make ours better on their backs because they're good enough guys that we have enough friendship that they're willing to help me even when it doesn't benefit them, right? And I wanted to stream the whole episode on all different podcasts, kind of like a bridge over, like when like Marvel would have like one world interact with the other world, but it would both play on both shows at different perspectives. So that was my idea. I thought it was cool, and like my main problem is ADD, right? So when I think I have a great idea, I do. I just run with it and I try to get it done, and that goes back to the lesson Don taught me. Like maybe you should. Now, granted, we already talked about doing this episode, and it was supposed to be episode 3. We're on episode 2, so it's not that big of a curveball in my mind. But I should have took a minute, talked about it. My thing was I reverted to that because I was thinking about this yesterday, but I never talked to JP. How do we make a podcast good even when Corey's not there? Because I don't want to not record, but I also don't want to take away why Corey's not there. I kind of want to just blow over because it's no one's business unless Corey wants to tell you.
Okay, this was a pivot for if Corey couldn't make it.
Well, it was, but then it was such a good deal that Corey was back. I knew Corey would add to the flavor and the sauce of this.
Right.
Because sometimes Corey sees things how I see it, and sometimes you see it a little differently. And I just like, I knew if Corey could bring you into it and see it kind of like what I'm seeing it, sometimes it's hard for me to explain, we can really cook. Because that's when we really make magic together, it's always two of us, and not me and Corey per se. Sometimes it's been me and JP. Sometimes it's been Corey and JP. It's always two of us convincing the third party that this is the right move. Just see the vision, come with us, and like let it happen naturally. Every time we try to plan stuff wholeheartedly, it just seems very dry.
Right. Very dry. Yeah, I've just got a couple things about it that I don't
don't like, and that's cool.
No.
That's why you keep us where we're at.
That I think definitely needs to be ironed out before
we make it happen. And I'm okay with that.
Yeah, like, and it's
so
the big thing is, and I think we need to, and I think they would tell us this too, and even more than them, just anyone who's done podcasting like this, I think there shouldn't be a pressure to jump so far ahead. Like this, I don't know if y'all could feel it. It's been an hour 45. This
hour 45.
Swear to God.
Yeah, I knew we were getting close to the 2 hour mark.
Bro. This feels.
We gotta cut this shit, and we gotta cut some of this out. No one's gonna watch an hour and 45 minutes of us talking bullshit.
They will. Absolutely,
no, they're not. Like, this is terrible. Let's cut at least 30 minutes. I'm telling you, no one wants to watch an hour.
Well, we already did an hour and we did an hour and a half last time, dog.
Listen,
let's cut this shit.
Let me explain this to you perfectly well, because I don't think you know about podcasts like I know about podcasts.
Yeah, we'll go ahead and start the wind down here after this.
You've been on podcasts. I drive for a living. I do podcasts all day. There's nothing I hate more than an hour-long fucking podcast. That's a YouTube video. So I'm looking at 2 hour-long shits. That's why, and shout out to your boy Planet Paintball. I listen to his shit every day. I listened to 2 of them yesterday, while driving.
Really?
Swear to, absolutely. That's so the, and I don't know why.
I wanted to.
I don't know if we didn't. I don't know if we covered this or not, but I don't think we did. The way that this got started is I listened to Norris's podcast that he did. I didn't care about Paintball Podcast because, once again, I said it before and I'll say it a million times, and goddamn it, I'll make merch of it. Professional paintball is gay. I'm not going to listen to your professional paintball shit. I don't care.
And then we were going to talk crap about that. We were going to talk crap about that too. Like, so, not crap. I don't want to knock it, but PTG and spick and span.
Yes. I don't care about professional paintball, so I'm not going to watch the professional paintball podcast. But I hear Norris on it, and I'm like, okay, let me look at this guy's other podcast. So I'm watching all of it, and I'm like, this is like pure divisional shit. Like, he's talking to OG.
So is Order 66.
There's a paywall there, so I don't know. I'm
we'll talk about that when we get them on.
I'm stuck with the Planet Paintball one, but I'm listening through them and I'm like, fuck, man. Like, Norris has a voice for this. He has an energy for this. I am decently acceptable with technology. I was like, fuck it. I messaged him. I was like, yo, why don't you do your own podcast? And Norris was like, you know what? I've been thinking about it. I was like, and I said, bro, I'll run the producing for you completely.
Keep in mind, before you say this, I have mentioned it to y'all, but like, and I don't know if Hunter feels a certain way about this, but me and Hunter, before you say this, we've already got a meeting scheduled because me and Hunter are about to talk about launching a secondary spinoff podcast of his show, but with me and him with a new name and new branding, right? And the only reason why I don't go Hunter's way is because I feel like I'm forcing him, and he was still excited about it, but I'm forcing him to do something different when he's already got his own podcast. Like, I feel like that takes away from him, right?
Yeah.
So maybe I build my own and we just keep linking up together. But like, that's how I was going to start this. It was going to be me and Hunter co-hosting some shit where I can get grimy, talk about some real shit. He can bring on some people. He knows more about old school paintball than I do. I do not know about that.
That's my only thing with his podcast is I get lost with all that because I don't care about Bushwhacker fucking 3,000 days.
I do. I've learned a lot.
Yeah, but I don't care about old paintball, and I don't care about new professional paintball.
Gross. But like, he covers all the divisionals who's winning lately, and it's people who we grew up with, just like he grew up with. So like,
I see names on there that I know, and I'm like, okay, I'm definitely listening to this one. But that's how it got started. Is Norris did one. I was like, yo, why don't we do one? And then you think about it more, and it's like, there's one consistent thing at all these major events. It's always the three of us. Like, modern day times, it's always the three of us, and we always have a time.
If you
where
go,
it's like,
If JP goes, it's always the three of us.
It's like, why
if JP don't go, it's
like none of this shit's getting recorded. None of this shit's getting like we may post something on Snapchat, but like this is
It is funny though. Like I might have crashed out today about some shit, but I think I was the first one that said it in the chat. Like y'all both were like, "What you got to bring to the podcast? Nothing but personality. That's it. That's all I got." I think I was the first one that even said it. Literally nothing but personality, but crashed out when y'all said it.
Yeah, like,
there's not like it's not like what we bring to it. Like I literally, like, at this point,
you were frustrated.
But it's over dumb shit. Like
he's wanting the passwords and stuff. Like, what the fuck you need that for?
Corey's wanting
you
the
gonna do
passwords
analytics
for the Spotify analytics. Like, what the fuck do you want that for? I'll give it to you. I don't fucking care. But what the fuck do you want it for?
Even mine, Corey, we legit didn't even know you were mad. We thought you disconnected because you had to feed one of the kids. And then he goes, "Hey, Norris, like, I guess I felt it, but I didn't know it because like he goes like, why don't you sign in this?" I was like, I don't want nothing to do with those sign-ins. Like, I just knew that we kept talking about that it was gonna go bad. I didn't know it affected you right away, and so like I was trying to avoid that argument altogether. Because I even said it when you was like, "Why are you so defensive?" And JP goes, "I'm not defensive." I say, "Whoa. Normally I don't step in, but let's call a spade a spade." I said, "JP, you definitely defensive today. You've gone off on me and him, and like I feel like I handled it great. Like I feel like that was one of the best times I've ever handled it."
I don't know.
What? No, I was very neutral. No, I just asked for your feedback.
I felt pretty backed into a corner there.
What?
I think there may have been look at the Jew trying to keep all the passwords. I think that might have got said. I don't know.
The passwords had nothing to do with me.
Oh no, Corey said I don't know if you said it. But they said, look at the Jew.
I'm pretty sure Norris said that. I'm pretty sure Norris said that one.
What'd I say?
I'm pretty sure you said, look at the Jew trying to keep all the passwords.
Yep.
That's not what I said. He asked me what the password was. I said,
I might have it recorded. We'll go back and check.
Man. Y'all just be lying. Like when y'all get ganging up on me when y'all are together, this is what you do. You make up lies. I never brought up the password. I didn't care.
No, but
it's all right, Dan.
No, but you.
It's all right. It's all right, Dan Ross. Steve.
Dan Rosarian. That's crazy.
I see you. Anyway, let's wrap this up. 2 hours is way too long for this.
Let's start the wind down.
I think 2 hours is perfect. I think
no one's going past 45 minutes of our bullshit.
That's fine. What are you worried about people watching shit for? Like, we're chilling. This is therapy. If it's 2 hours, it's 2 hours. Like,
you got to cut some of it out, though.
No, I ain't cutting shit. I ain't cutting shit. I ain't cutting shit, and it's going to be beautiful. You're going to watch it tomorrow? Man, fuck, it was a good episode.
Chat, keep in mind, episode 3, the goal is Bridges, right? We want to name it Bridges. We want to still bring on Gavin. We want to still bring on Hunter. Don't know if we can make it possible. If JP can work his magic, then we can make it happen. We're planning on filming it this Sunday. Don't know when we're going to drop it. We're probably going to drop this episode Sunday, the day we're recording that episode. That's how we operate. But we're just trying to get the first episodes out of the way. We're trying to like iron some stuff out, see how we want to go, and unleash our segments. But we want feedback, right? We want to know how we want to start this to how we want to finish it and how we want to play this out. Like we have ideas. Like we still haven't had, like we already know for a fact we're going to have Corey's question of the day. It's wild, the questions, but we haven't even done that yet in these two. And like
we haven't left paintball yet.
To see my responses compared to JP responses are going to be funny compared to like these questions. So like that's what we want. We're trying to use these first few episodes to make our craft better, and we don't really care about what we care, but we're putting stuff out just to put stuff out to learn from. That's what we're doing.
Corey?
No, I think that's a decent explanation. I feel like the first couple episodes are really just trying to get to know us, like what we're here for, why we're doing this, and then like we'll transition into everything else of what we have a vision of this podcast being. I think we're on the right path. It's just going to take some time to get there.
Yeah, I didn't even realize it's 2 hours because I was about to segue into the fact that
we're flying.
You said like why like we were supposed to talk about how we manage our lives compared to paintball because like all of our lives are falling apart one time or another trying to still do this stupid thing, right? So, I mean, it's not stupid. We love it, but it's just hard.
Yeah.
It's just hard.
Here, I'll take the stage here. So basically, I feel like the first couple episodes here, Norris saw a video early that said that 99% of podcasts fell after the first 3 episodes. So the idea is chalk these shits immediately, get them out quick, get into the groove of everything, learn all the mechanics of it, learn backgrounds, the lighting that works better. I moved my light from up here to down here, and I can already tell it's better. I turned my audio up, so maybe it'll be a little bit more equal. It's literally just learning and learning and learning, and I think more importantly, it's getting us comfortable with it. There's no jitters. There's none of that. And structure, I mean, it's structure.
You learn from failing. We learn from failing, right? and we're failing right now, but we're failing and having fun, and that's what we're trying to show y'all. Like, having fun sometimes isn't winning. It's failing with your boys, and I didn't realize that until.
And there's almost no advertising this yet. Like, we'll share it on our Instagrams, and a lot of people, like, honestly, I think there were like 5 or 6 people that reshared the link to it. So that's awesome. I love to see that.
I ain't want nobody to see these first couple.
No, it's awesome because you get to see. When do you get to see ground root shit like this? Like, no one goes back and watches Joe Rogan when he first started. Like, that's cool to see. Like, seeing the growth of it. But I think this will be neat, and then eventually we'll advertise. Hey, check out this podcast where we've got this person on the BSTs. Like, fuck them. We'll start some drama in the BSTs and come on here and argue.
Yeah.
And that's where you bring on people like James and Damo and all those other people. I'm not ready for them.
Yeah.
But I feel like James should be before Damo. But chat, this is us. This is our safe place, and this is what we want to welcome y'all into. And this is what Blackball Paintball Podcast is.
See, we'll even get around to the name here, all right? Blackball Paintball. The Black Sheep Podcast. BBPB. Well, I think that's it. You got anything to go, Norris? You got the main screen here.
No, we thank y'all for coming. We thank y'all for listening, and we appreciate anyone that's helped us get to where we're at today. We appreciate Mark and Sam from Sandana from always letting us be a part of their family. And we appreciate every organization that has allowed us to come into their home and share what we learned and share what they got to teach us and show us what true camaraderie is all about. And that's why we're here.
Corey, you got the main screen.
Cool. You want me to go ahead and close this out?
I mean, just,
on you. You deserve it. Let's have it.
Okay,
go
well,
ahead,
hold on. Let me get mine out the way then. Me will get the goodbyes. Once again, shout out to Sandana. I got my my tracking in the email today for my Kill All Nazis shirt from Sandana. So love to see that on the way.
Love to see it.
Yeah. Appreciate everyone for watching. And once again, thanks everyone who's shared the podcast on Instagram. It's the fastest way. None of us expected for it to have any views, let alone be, flirting with 100. So, we're going places. Maybe not quick, but we're going places. All right, Corey.
And if this comes out after 4th of July, have a safe 4th of July.
Absolutely.
Or I hope you had a safe 4th of July. If it comes out before, please have a safe 4th.
Yep. Cool.
Close us out.
Once again, shout out Sandana. Appreciate the closer sponge. Shout out Sandana. Shout out Planet Paintball for shouting us out on his page. Everybody who shared us on Instagram, Facebook, whatever. We appreciate y'all. Other than that, I got nothing else.
Hunter's the GOAT.
Hunter's the GOAT. My name is Corey with Blackball Paintball. That's Norris, JP. We'll see you next time.
Later.